What's going on, everybody? I'm back from vacation, and after a little summer break hiatus, now I get the joy of dealing with what I returned home to. Also, due to work always being work and getting in the way of fun time, I never got a chance to clean up from the 4th of July festivities when the Grass Factor and our good buddy J Pink were over. And so I have that to deal with, plus some overgrown Bermuda. How am I going to do it? Well, stick around because we're going to show you how I'm doing it with both a rotary and then followed up with a reel. So if you rotary mow or reel mow your Bermuda lawn, Bluemuda lawn, or KBG lawn, all of this information will pertain exactly to you. Okay, walking through the lawn, you can see the remnants and destruction left over from 4th of July. Also get a pretty good idea of how things are looking. The grass is a lot shorter than I thought it would be. It is completely out of regulation. My only saving grace is I do not over fertilize my lawn. I'm still at that same 0.91 pounds of nitrogen for the year, and I've been there since May. So it's looking pretty good. Have some fancy mushrooms growing over here. We can saute those up here in a little bit and eat them with all the other fun stuff we're going to chew up. But it's not looking bad. The area where I took out the azaleas, I'm doing the natural approach, which is nothing and a lot of weed pressure, but it is filling in. The Bermuda has made its way all the way over to the patio in most spots, but tons of weed pressure, and my dog dug a hole, so I need to do some post-emergent stuff. It is a little cool, but rain is on the way. Maybe I can sneak some in here with that. Still tons of seed head pressure. Lots of seed head pressure. Don't really care for it at all. But the lawn is fairly tall. Not too bad though. I have the trusty Troy-Bilt set to the second lowest setting. That's where I'm going to go with. I am rotary mowing all of this first. Every last bit of it's going to be rotary mowed. The reason I'm not going straight for the reel is, one, there's a ton of debris. I'm just going to suck up and let the blade get destroyed to help save some time, because this is going to be a time-consuming process. But then at the same time, I don't care about this rotary blade. Those are cheap. I can go buy another one or sharpen this one. Then the rotary mower will get the turf low enough so the reel doesn't struggle with cutting it, but it will still probably require 2 passes with the reel. And oh look, lots more seed heads. So I have a couple passes in already with the rotary mower. I am collecting the clippings, though it did get kind of lodged up and most of it ended up being mulched. But you kind of want to collect your clippings. You don't want extra long clippings getting down in there. But you can see here, and you can see the line. I was expecting to see a little bit more brown. You can see this rotary scalp mark. Not a big deal. I'm not worried about that. But the reason I'm not seeing, dormant Bermuda underneath, part of that is the Bluemuda. However, the Yukon variety that some people like to refer to as like cheap poor man's grass is actually one of the best varieties of Bermuda grass to prevent like that brown scalped look. It takes the grass getting extremely tall before it actually starts going dormant under the shade. I may see some of it through here in this area, but let's get back to finish mowing. I think my son's coming out to help me with this task. We have rain clouds up above, so we have to get moving fast. Didn't quite get them all, but that's not a big deal. Okay, finished with the rotary mow portion. Now, if you just normally rotary mow your Bermuda, as long as you set your height of cut 1 or 2 notches below what you normally keep it at, you would be done right now. You could sit back, relax, have a nice cold drink. For the reel mowing people though, The fun is just now beginning. One thing though to pay notice of is not a whole lot of dormant brown underneath the entire lawn. There is some discoloration, mainly due to some seed heads and other rotary scalping spot areas. I also have some thin areas of turf, but that is where I set off 400 and something blackjacks. That is to be expected when you do that, but it is a great sulfur supplement for your lawn. But not bad at all for a rotary mow. Color still looks pretty good. It could be better. Now let's get into the rest of it. I'm going to break out the landscape blade now, do the trimming, then we're going to get it cut with the reel, of course, after I finish cleaning up, because it didn't clean up everything. I have started reel mowing. You can see right through here, yeah, the reel mower, we are showing some signs of scalping. Not too terribly bad. I will go over it at the current height of cut, which is still around that 16 millimeter mark, 15 millimeters, right in there. I'm going to do one more pass of double cuts after this one, just because once I removed all this material, that allows the roller to get lower and cut more off. Not a whole lot though, but as you can see, progress is being made. Let's finish up this mow after a rain delay, then move on to the next step. Okay, the first pass is completed with the reel. You can notice along here some ridges, some lines, unevenness in the cut of the grass. That's due to a couple of factors. First thing, here in my lawn, it is not completely flat. This is a slope that goes down that was part of a swale, or still is part of a swale. So when I'm going in the up direction, so when I'm going from here up this way, even though the reel is, balanced, there's the counterweight on it, the left side will be a little bit higher due to that. Also, the density of the turf, how tall it had gotten, well, that's playing a factor as well. The easiest way to fix this is simply multiple passes and changing your mowing direction to go a different way. That will help even it out. But overall, it's not scalped too terribly bad. Fireworks damage was minimal. It doesn't look half bad. It looks a lot better than a lot of others I have seen around. Halfway through now with the second pass with the reel mower. I did drop it from 16 millimeters down to 12 millimeters, so 4 millimeter difference in the previous height of cut. So it is pulling off a lot of clipping still. 4 millimeters is a whole lot bigger than you think it is. And I also switched the direction, so I'm running at like a, not perpendicular, but like 45 degrees roughly. I'm following the fence line that is behind you all and doing that, and it's working pretty well. It is a little wobbly through this area though, because I have never sand leveled back here. But once this is complete, then I will do a third pass with the reel mower. We'll go back in the original direction and things should be looking really, really good. There are a lot more scalp marks now that we are down into the 12 millimeter range, and that is just slightly below ½ an inch for imperialists, which is also slightly below the recommended height of cut for the HGT KBG that I'm using back here. So we'll see what happens with that, but let's finish up this mow real quick. Okay, we're all finished now. So to recap what I did, we started out with the rotary mower. It was set at just one notch below the lowest. I could have went to the lowest setting, but I didn't really feel like it. I then followed that up with a normal mow with the reel mower at 16 millimeters. I then switched the directions of the mow, went 45-degree angle to the way I was mowing, dropped the height of cut down to 12 millimeters on that, and then finished back up mowing again in the original direction, still at the 12 millimeters. Now the grass is not under regulation, and it is about time for a fertilizer application. How am I actually doing the fertilizer? What am I going to do with it to help this recover? You'll have to stay tuned for the next video where I'm going to go into that, and then also talk about how I've been fertilizing the Bluemuda with that coexistence between Bermuda and Kentucky Bluegrass. It's not really that difficult at all. It's been actually pretty simple. Some more T-necks will also be going down to get the lawn back under regulation. I'm going to show you how I use that and what I use to track it between reapplication intervals, and also when you should and should not apply the growth regulator. A lot of people seem to be confused on when they put it down, and right now, what I did right now, yeah, I wouldn't put it down right now. I need to recover from this, so there's a little hint with that. So there we have it. I'm finished back here. Height of cut has been reset. Gonna raise the height back up to that 16 millimeter. Probably just gonna go to 15. Keep it a nice, odd number. and keep it there the rest of the year. So these tips work with a rotary mower or a reel mower, and so this will work for Bermuda, Bluemuda, and Kentucky Bluegrass lawns, what I did. The one thing I never talked about until right now is the 1/3 rule, and you want to know why? Because the 1/3 rule is for non-irrigated cool season lawns, rotary mowed under less than ideal conditions. I don't have an irrigated lawn. I'm mowing it with a reel mower. But I still broke the 1/3 rule because it's mainly just a big pile of crap. The Bermuda recovers fine from it. The Kentucky Bluegrass recovers fine from it. But again, I'm not doing this every time I mow. It's maybe once or twice a season, and it's fine. It's just grass. It'll recover. So with that, hey, it's Mike, Real Low Dad. We'll see you when we go to fertilize some stuff.